All right, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who have been waiting patiently for the post and beam garage build, guess what? Today's the day. I can't say it's the first day because last year we got the foundation in, and I've spent a bunch of time logging and then sawing up all of those logs into appropriate parts for the garage. So it's not day one. I don't know what day it is. It is actually the day after Easter, and I think we're in really good shape. The plan last year was to get the foundation in so that we would be ahead of the game this year, and somehow the plan actually seems to have worked, come to fruition. So I'll just give you a quick walk around of what's going on today. You can see I've got all the plates in place. I've got, I think, all the tools. My 2 skill saws there. I also have the mortise machine and the big beam saw in the back there. I've got all of the actual pressure treated plates. I've got to get the Sills seal from in the house, and I've got all of the anchor bolts, and you'll see it's going to be a unique system to attach this to the actual foundation. So when Chris actually formed and poured the wall here, I neglected to tell him that we needed 12-inch anchor bolts, and what he had on hand were 8-inch ones. So he put them in because we had to put something in. But and what we're going to do is we're going to put a piece of sill seal down, a piece of pressure treated, 1.5 inch pressure treated, to come up to here. We'll bolt that. That'll go down. The 4x8 will sit on top of that, and that's what will be notched to accept all of the post bottoms. Now I've got 2x12 pressure treated plates, so they're going to stick over. The plan is for them to stick over 3 inches. So what's going to happen is the 8x8 will be flush with this, and we'll have 3 inches of pressure treated plate sticking out, and so that the sheathing will go on the outside. That's 1 inch thick, and then 2 inches of foam gives me 3 inches, and then the final layer of sheathing siding is going to go past the whole thing and hang down below the pressure treated plate, and that seems like that's going to be the solution. Now because these anchor bolts are not tall enough to go through everything, I probably could get some kind of a threaded adapter to go on here and then actually add on with the all thread. I don't know anything about that, so we're not going to do that. But what I am going to do is I got these galvanized straps, and they're going to go next to every anchor bolt, and they are going to be tipped up, and they'll I'm actually going to take a saw cut through the pressure treated plate so that this will fold up and come up through on either side of the 4x8, and they'll be screwed into that. I'm just trying to come up with something to hold the building down onto the foundation. The other thing that I'm going to be doing to resist some uplift is by every post there is going to be another metal strap going up on the inside, which will be anchored into the concrete and then into the post to keep them from lifting up. Now this, we don't live in California where there are earthquake codes, but this building is going to be a shed roof, and the winds come from that direction. Most of the general storms, wind blows from this direction, which is northwest, but that's like south. and southeast over there. So we're going to get hurricane force winds sometime in the building's life coming from that direction. And being a shed roof, this is the, I'm standing at the doors, and this will be the tall side of the shed roof, and it's basically going to be catching all the wind. So I'm going to try to do everything I can to keep the building attached to the foundation. It's just easier to do it now than to worry about it after the roof rips off. There are so there are straps that you can embed in the concrete just for this purpose. And Chris, the concrete guy who did the walls, said, oh yeah, I can get those, and I could have put them in. But I've been on buildings where those have been installed, and they're a pain in the neck. They're either in the wrong place, or they're sticking up so that it's hard to build the timber frame bent down on the ground in place because they're in the way. Just a big pain in the neck. I'm sure that they do a better job in the long run, but I'm gonna try this method. Hopefully the building will last as long as I'm alive. All right, I'm gonna get set up. Oh, one more thing before I get going is I'm gonna actually, now that all the vehicles are out of here, I'm gonna do an exact layout for the trusses so that this week I can go and order the roof trusses. They're gonna be, I guess, what's called the parallel cord roof truss. And so I'm gonna lay that out right now, and I'll show you what that is after I get it all drawn out. All right, this is what I came up with. Building is 26 deep by 42 foot long. It's going to have a 412 pitch roof. There's going to have an overhang on the top and the front, the top of it and the back of 12 inches. And you can see that they're going to be 22 trusses. And so this top plate in the back is this one drawn out to full scale. You can see the snap line represents the bottom of the trusses. So I'm not sure how they all handle. It can't be point load down here. They must put a filler block in or something, but I've never ordered trusses. I'm going to go to the lumberyard and see what they think of the drawing. Maybe they can even give me a price. All right, off to the lumberyard. Drilling the wrong hole here. Here we go. All right, that's what it looks like eventually. So I cut these two slots, and I took the straps with this and bent them and pushed them up from the underside, so that when they get put onto the wall, anchor bolt will go here with the washer and nut. These will be right next to the anchor bolt to get the most strength. The 8x8, the 4x8 pine plate will sit in here and be screwed to this. That's kind of what I'm after. That seems to be the simplest, quickest way to accomplish what I need. So I'm going to put in the rest of 4 of these straps. We'll put this plate on the wall and bolt it down. Bike bulbs are heavy. You see the mistake? This is the first piece I put on. I forgot to hang it over three inches. So this next plate has a tongue that goes by that. Well, it'll solve the problem, but everybody makes mistakes. Let's see about putting this piece in. Oh boy. I gotta do a little trimming down there, and then this will all be bolted on. Then I'm gonna work on that end down there. Actually, I'm gonna put on the 4x8 pine on top of this. That's the next step. When I get the posts in place and some weight on this, I'm going to adjust these screws. They're just in there. I just put one on each side just to hold stuff in place. All right, I'm going to fill this one in here next. All right, just gotta screw that down. See it. Look at that. Slips right on. Well, that's it for today. I'm exhausted. I did get everything I wanted done. The two front, between the three garage doors up there, I'm missing some straps for that. I didn't quite order enough, but all the parts are cut. So I think that's pretty good. This is the first wood to go on the garage. Now you can see the ledge that's on here. So there's going to be, the posts are going to be even with the outside of this. And then the 1-inch sheathing will go on here. And then there'll be 2 inches of foam, which wraps the whole building and the roof. And the outside sheathing will go down onto here. So hopefully it's all thought about. I'm actually going to, once the building's up, I'm going to go by here and caulk all of this joint, because that's not sealed up. The joint between the concrete and the pressure treated has sill seal on it. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'm going to try to make them short and keep them updated. I am still working, so I am going to try to fit in building the barn, the garage, and working all together. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Stick around for the next video. There's actually going to be posts going up, or at least I'll be fabricating posts and beams in the next video. All right, thanks again.